senior special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari, Garba Shehu, assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity. Garba Shehu has said that the payment of ransom by families of kidnapped victims is fueling terrorism in the country. According to Shehu, during an interview on Channels TV on Monday, monitored by Sahara reporters, kidnappings would continue until Nigerians stop paying ransom and allow the security agents to do their job. Hey, Nigerians, una see people where they talk say they don't fight Boko Haram to a standstill. So the ones that are still in the den of the kidnappers that have not paid, what have you done? Some of them have been there for 2 years and they know exactly where these kidnappers are. Can you see these people? Hey, you are mentioning all this about kidnappers and the people that have been taken, and the president, even in his Salah message, mentioned an appeal he was making to fellow citizens to expose them, the criminals. Tell the security agencies where they are, and sometimes you also can sympathize with the family members in that highly emotive situation. The first priority for most of them is to get their family back, and they are willing to pay, and they have paid, and this payment, whether anybody likes it or not, will continue to fuel terrorism. We have to learn from experiences in other lands that when you pay, you are fueling terrorism. You are fueling the hijack and kidnapping of fellow citizens, and it will go on and on until simple people call off the bluff and be prepared to allow law enforcement. So the family members will just say, oh, law enforcement, please, we don't want you. Let's just go and pay. Why kidnapping in the first place? What brought about kidnapping? Why should there be kidnapping in the first place? Who are the people fueling this kidnapping? And those who are kidnapping, what motivated them? Why are we having kidnappers all over the place? Because of your failure. And now they are putting the blame back to the people, to the victims. Oh my goodness. These are the kind of things that, when a child say something like this, you just give him toza for face, for speaking nonsense. These guys are speaking nonsense. Shehu said there was no country with zero criminality, and the security agents should be allowed to complete their investigations. Oh my God. I'm a Nigerian. I have family members that live in the society. I don't come from the moon. I feel it, and I have never in any way suggested that there is no hardship in the country. I have never in any place or position indicated that there is no criminality. In fact, you just speak nonsense. Speak rubbish. My goodness. You hear what a woman be they talk? They will cause problem. They will do nothing. They are feeding fat on people's wealth, the masses' wealth, and they will come and vomit rubbish. They will still blame you. Oh my God. They will still blame you. Can you hear what this man is talking about? Can you hear what he's spewing out of his mouth? If you say his mouth is from his dirty mouth, is it not worth saying it? Somebody say such a thing that they should wait. How many policemen have they killed? How many security men? How many soldiers have these people killed? What have you done to them? So the people who are armed, the people who are well trained, this Nigerian security, Nigerian police and soldiers who are well trained, they are killing these people, not to talk of civilians. You can imagine what they are saying. And you are telling us that you have family members. Your family members, how many of them have been kidnapped? Don't worry, very soon God will let you taste the soup that you and your oga cook. This is really what they describe as arrogance or failure, mocking vulnerable citizens abandoned by the state. And some people still want to vote this government coming next election because of tribalism. This is a product of APC speaking. So people should let their loved ones tortured to death. This government with its blame game, they've stopped blaming PDP. Now it is civilians. And in Tinubu rule, they will make someone like this a minister. It was the North heading Nigeria to destruction. Now, Yoruba people has joined. Yoruba people have joined. God forbid it. Blaming others for their failure is the trademark and the greatest achievement of this government. Very wicked, heartless, and irresponsible government. So insensitive to the plight of the masses. Somebody was telling us that, when massacre happened, it was Tinubu that quickly rushed there. Why did he rush there? Because it is the election time. The ones that happened to the Afenifere's daughter, Afenifere leader's daughter, what did he say? He said he just jettisoned it. He downplayed it. All the incidents happening in Ogun State, especially Oyo State, all the Fulani herdsmen. Did you hear him say anything? When they burnt a 5-year-old, 5-month-old baby, did you hear him spew and say anything? And people are telling us that he was the one that went there, that the churches, other churches did not go. Churches that are all of them that are mourning. Who is going to help who? Has he ever said anything? It was just this year that he now remember that when this case of kidnapping and this church incident and what have you, that he now went there to go and he gave 75 million and some people are coming to tell us nonsense. He went there. When people were crying all this while, did he say anything? Because it is the time for election. He now went there. These people, you guys have joined them. Anybody, whether you are Igbo, whether you are any tribe you belong to, and you are supporting your people because of tribalism, and you know the truth, all of you, God will judge you. God will judge you. The same thing that this Fulani and the Northerners, the same way they have been defending Buhari today. Now it is Yoruba people, not everybody, but majority of them are coming out with their full chest, supporting these people that have failed in the first place. They are complaining about Buhari's failure. And Tinubu has never made any comment. You come here, come and talk nonsense. That is your own cup of tea. Because it is not in your shoe. Majority of us, some of us who have not really experienced this kind of a thing, but we have human feelings. We know what it means. Because you don't have human feelings, that is why you can talk anyhow. You don't even care. You can imagine the nonsense this one is spewing out of his mouth. Lai Mohammed will come out and say nonsense. Femi Adesina the other time said, oh, the people should give land to the Fulani herdsmen. That between your land and your life, which one is more important? Is it their land that they should just give them? And that is the reason why Buhari and the rest of them, they just didn't bother. When people were complaining, farmers were complaining. Farmers were complaining and they are still complaining. And that's why there's food shortage. The ones that are still going to farm in the north, they always pay taxes. They bribe their way through for them to go to farms. And you don't just go to farms anyhow. There are some days you go to farm, there are some days you don't even go. That is what has been happening there. And somebody is coming out that the family of the victims of those who have been kidnapped, that they are the ones encouraging kidnappers because you pay ransom. It's unfortunate. What about exchanging kidnapped victims with terrorists in detention? May God Almighty make you fall into their hands. Well, you would think that it is not possible. But God has a way of doing it that they will fall into the trap of these same people. Because they believe that they are well secured. You secure your children, you secure your family members, you secure yourself. How do you expect this kind of a thing to happen to you? You say you have your family members in the society. And your administration neglecting lives of citizens by not tackling terrorism and banditry. Sadly, some Nigerians are still promoting APC government. Is it not the abysmal failure of APC that brought about kidnapping for ransom? People are paying ransom because government has failed them in the first place. And it's taking the blame back to the people. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.